what's going on, everybody? I'm bringing you this special video today. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing you a special one today because when you're into the fragrance community, everybody's throwing around all these words, everybody's throwing around all these names, everybody's throwing around all these houses, these fragrance houses, and you're like, where do I start? What do I get? What am I looking for? Where do I even go? What do I do? What do I do? So today, I'm going to break down the concentration levels when you're purchasing fragrance. It could be any fragrance. It doesn't matter what the notes are, the different scent mixtures and this and that and the third. You want to know the concentration level of whatever fragrance that you're buying so you can know the performance and how long it will last when you purchase your fragrance. There are 5 levels. There are 5 levels of concentration when dealing with fragrances. So when you purchase a fragrance, most of the times you're purchasing something, down the middle. Down the middle. A lot of these designers are down the middle type of concentration. So I'm gonna give you 5 concentration levels that you should look for when purchasing a fragrance. Now, sometimes the fragrance levels don't really matter as much as far as like if you meet something, if you come across a fragrance that you really like, sometimes you're not even worried about the concentration level. You're just worried about how well it smells and how long it's going to last once you spray it on. So these concentration levels will let you know exactly what you're getting into with the fragrance, and is it really worth the money? Because a lot of times you're going to pay a lot more money for crappy performance. So this is it. So we got level 1. Level 1 that most people don't even know about, and actually the level 1 is concentration level dealing with a fragrance that is one of my favorite fragrances, Versace Man Eau Fresh. Okay, your Eau Fresh. So a lot of people not even aware that Eau Fresh is an actual concentration level. So that would be concentration level number 1, which is the Eau Fresh. Eau Fresh is a 1 to 3% concentration level, and you get less than 2 hours of performance. That's just what it is. You're going to get less than 2 hours of performance. Unfortunately, for Versace Man Eau Fresh is one of my favorite fragrances, and it doesn't last that long. Maybe 2, maybe 3 hours, depending on how heavy you spray. Like, I'm a heavy-handed type person, so if I'm spraying, because I know with an Eau Fresh you really have to spray a lot because it's not going to be offensive, because it doesn't last probably until you get to work. It's not going to even last that long. So the Eau Fresh is a 1 to 2% concentration, or 1 to 3% concentration, and it is less than 2 hours or up to 2 hours. That's your first level of concentration when dealing with fragrances. Okay, now we got that out the way. So the second level of concentration that you look for when you're purchasing a fragrance would be the Eau de Cologne. Eau de Cologne. Eau de Cologne is a 2 to 4% concentration, and that lasts anywhere between 2 to 3 hours of wear time. So you got colognes are basically not just what we call men's colognes. It's actually the concentration level that you buy when you're purchasing a fragrance. Most people feel like a cologne will be under the name of a men's cologne, but it's actually the concentration level that you're buying. You can have a female fragrance that will be considered a cologne or Eau Fresh, because depending on the concentration level, you're only going to get between 2 to 4% of concentration level, and you're only going to get 2 to 3 hours. Now I'm going to bring you number 3. Concentration level. When purchasing a fragrance, you always want to make sure that at least you're meeting this level on up. Sometimes you might catch something a little further watered down, but it might be something that you really like. So it's not the end all and be all. This is just something to bring you aware of when you're purchasing your fragrances. So number 3 is the Eau de Toilette. Eau de Toilette. Now everybody knows the Eau de Toilettes are the cheaper quality fragrances, and not really cheaper quality, it's just the concentration levels. Like I said, we gotta get these names a little mixed up. So we think of Eau de Toilette as like cheaper end type fragrances, but what it is the concentration level is pretty much down the middle. So the Eau de Toilette is a 5 to 15% concentration level. So we're talking about oil to alcohol. So as far as the 5 to 15% of oil compared to the alcohol, you get 3 to 4 hours of performance. So you got to think of sillage. Eau de Toilette is going to give you maybe an hour of sillage, and the other 2 to 3 hours are going to be performance or skin scent before it disappears. So a total of like 3 to 4 hours total, and before it's like, okay, you can't even smell what you had on one day, and nobody around you could smell you because it's an Eau de Toilette. So it causes you to have to reapply at least one more time in the middle of the day if possible. So Eau de Toilette is number 3 on the concentration level. Okay, I'm bringing you number 4 on the concentration level when purchasing a fragrance. We had the Eau Fraiche, we had the Eau de Cologne, we had the Eau de Toilette that a lot of people knows about, and the next one from that is the Eau de Parfum. Okay, Eau de Parfum is the next one after Eau de Toilette, and it is a higher oil to alcohol ratio. And you with the Eau de Parfum, you're getting a 15 to 20% increase in concentration of oil to alcohol. So now we're talking about anywhere between 4 to 5, 6 hours of performance, and this is one that we would say more niche brands and higher end designers will use, because if they're going to make you pay a lot of money for these fragrances, which is anywhere between $150 to $600 and up, then of course you want your money's worth. You want something that's not going to last 2 to 3 hours, and you're spending over $200-300 for a fragrance. That's just preposterous. It doesn't make no sense. So you're going to look for something in the Eau de Parfum concentration on hot or higher. So the Eau de Parfum, like I said, is a 15 to 20% ratio between oil and alcohol, and it is going to last you 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 hours, depending on how you spray. We're going to get into that as well, okay, depending on how you spray. So that's the next level, number 4 of concentration levels when you're looking for a fragrance to buy. Okay, now we get into the 5th level of fragrance. So concentration level number 5, we went from Eau de Parfum to now we're in the Parfum. Nothing in front of it, just Parfum, Parfum. This is considered to be the highest concentration, but there is one more, concentration level past the Parfum. Really, they will fit this one between Extrait de Parfum. So sometimes Extrait de Parfum will come after Eau de Parfum. It will be Extrait de Parfum, and then Parfum will be the last. So yes, so after Eau de Parfum you have Parfum. Parfum concentration is the 5th concentration level when you're looking for something that's going to last a long time, and it's majority of oil to alcohol mixture. So it's a 20 to 30% alcohol oil mixture, and you're going to get anywhere from 6 to 8 hours plus. So you have some stuff that will last 10 to 12, maybe 24 hours, depending on how you spray and what's the concentration level that you're purchasing. So the 5th level is Parfum. If you get something that says Extrait de Parfum, that's even better than Eau de Parfum. So that would be Extrait de Parfum, and then you got regular Parfum. Depending on how the measurements go, sometimes you get 5, sometimes you get 6 levels. But Parfum is the top of the top. After Parfum is just straight oil, no alcohol whatsoever, straight oil, And there are a lot of Arab scents that give you straight oil, no alcohol whatsoever. And you're talking about stuff that lasts, like you have to wash that stuff off your skin, in your clothes. Even if you wash your clothes, it's still going to smell like it. Yeah, the stuff is potent. The oils are crazy. Some people like oils because they already know oils are going to last and it's not going to fade away throughout the day. Even if you rub against something or you're washing your hands or anything like that, oils stay all day long. If you get it on your clothes, you have to wash your clothes because it's not coming out. I mean, it could be weeks after. If you have something in a dirty clothes hamper or something and you pull it out, if you had the oil on, it's still going to smell like whatever you put on that day. So yeah, anyway, wash your clothes, people. Yeah, wash your clothes. But yeah, these are the 5 levels of oil concentration when you're buying your fragrance. So now that you know the levels, now only thing you have to worry about is what's your favorite notes, what's your signature scent, what do you like? Do you like gourmand, do you like citrus, do you like freshies, do you like oud? Those are your 5 levels when purchasing a fragrance, what you're going to look for. So most people, what they're going to do is they're going to go with either the eau de parfum or the parfum or the extrait de parfum. Those are your more potent, longer lasting concentrations, and not necessarily expensive, but because there's a lot of Arab Middle Eastern houses that go with the eau de parfum, extrait de parfum, and parfum levels only. Now they do have eau de toilette stuff, but don't get me wrong, but most people, like, they're going to spray. If you ever seen the Middle Eastern guys, how they spray, you know what I'm saying? We talking about over 15 sprays. Yeah, it gets crazy, you know what I'm saying? And that's, we talking about eau de parfum and parfum quality concentration. So yeah, they're gonna smell you before they see you, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. Entice Scents. I'm here giving you another one. Let's keep it. Let's keep it going. Let's run these numbers up. Let's get it out there. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Let's get it. Let's get it popping. Threads. Let's go. Let's get it popping. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.